All right, Draymond Green has some high hopes for Andrew Wiggins. He says that Andrew Wiggins can be KD for the Warriors, at least defensively. Let's talk about it. That subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And you know what? I agree with him saying that he can be the next KD defensively, to be that guy that can really lock down. You know, Wiggins can be a great defensive player. You know, it's just the only thing he's missing as far as being, I think, an all-star personally is just the intangible of dog in him. You know, people don't really, make dog synonymous with Kawhi Leonard because he don't show emotions, kind of like Derrick Rose. But him and Derrick Rose had dog in them. You know, you just ain't, that you like Calvin Johnson, Derrick Rose, Kawhi Leonard. They ain't no guys that's gonna do a lot of talking. You know, I remember they said, Calvin Johnson, that Dez Bryant said he was better than him, and Calvin went out there and just showed it with his actions. He didn't talk and say nothing. That's Derrick Rose, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard got dog in him. You know what I'm saying? He may not show emotions, but you can tell the way he play. And Andrew Wiggins just missing dog. If you put dog in Andrew Wiggins and make him a better rebounder, and rebounding is just effort. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it is. You got to, Charles Barkley was what, 6'5", really like 6'4", maybe 6'6" at the most. You know, what made him one of the best rebounders of all time was effort. Ben Wallace, effort. Dwight Howard, effort. You know, that's what defensive player of the years and rebound champions have. Dennis Rodman. And the great defenders, Michael Jordan. I think Scottie Pippen is the greatest perimeter defender. I think Dennis Rodman is the greatest all-around defender of all time. It's effort and it's dog. You know, they don't mind getting their hands dirty, and Wiggins is just missing that dog. If you could take the dog out of Dennis Rodman and put it in Wiggins, you're probably going to have another all-star. I think he could be right there with Jimmy Butler, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, some of the best two-way players, Anthony Davis, Giannis. You know, he can be right there. He got the ability. It's just that, he just don't have a dog. And most Canadian players don't have that dog. Steve Nash, he didn't have to have a dog, but he had a little killer in him. You weren't going to just dog Steve Nash. He wasn't going to give it to you. Jamal Murray is the only Canadian player that I think that can really get his hands dirty out here. And Wiggins I think Draymond might be the right guy for him. You know what I'm saying? To really hype him up. And he can be his Boudini Brown. Whatever his name was from Muhammad Ali, just hyping him. I think Draymond for Wiggins is going to be good. You know, and Wiggins also, he can do what he do best offensively. He can slash to the bucket. You know, he just got to be a better consistent shooter. But playing with Clay and Draymond and Steph, just slashing to the bucket, he can easily get 20 points a game just by hustling. Cutting to the bucket, getting down the floor. Andrew Wiggins is just one of those dudes that just got potential that need to be tapped in. I think Draymond might be able to tap into that potential and get the most out of him. And I think also Steve Kerr as well. So I don't think they should trade Andrew Wiggins. You know what I'm saying? You don't really need Giannis over there. You know, what they need is a guy that can play center like James Wiseman. The question is, will James Wiseman be ready year one, or will he fall out? But I can definitely see him being KD for them on defense. You know, KD, he was a great on-ball defender. He was a great off-the-ball defender. Will he get those highlight reel blocks that KD got? Probably not all the time, but I can see that. I think I can see Wiggins fitting in real good. He's not going to take, MVP votes away from Steph Curry neither if he do make it to the finals. I think he's one of those dudes that he can play well in that system. All they got to do is get him to cut to the basket, and just, all he got to do is when Steph drive, cut. And then all he got to do is learn to spot up and shoot, So I can see him being next KD defensively, I can see him probably getting some Defense of the Year, awards, as long as Draymond keep pushing him. He got everything to be, a top 20 player. If not, a top 10 player. Jimmy Butler didn't have the talent that, Andrew Wiggins had. He didn't. Jimmy Butler, wasn't Andrew Wiggins the number one overall pick? He didn't have that talent at all. Jimmy Butler worked hard to make himself a top 8, top 7 player right now. He worked hard. That's the difference between Jimmy Butler and Paul George. Paul George is way more talented than Jimmy Butler. But Jimmy Butler got that dog in him. Jimmy Butler going to work hard. One summer, he said he didn't do nothing but wake up and go to the gym. And you can see him make that jump, Hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard. And, Andrew Wiggins probably need to work out with Jimmy Butler. But Jimmy Butler can, show him how to be a hard worker and show him how to have edge and be a dog. But if Wiggins don't have it in him, it's just something that, if Draymond can't tap into it, or Steve Kerr can't tap into it, if Clay or Steph can't tap into it, he's useless. He useless as a dead battery with a cable remote. And that's just what it boiled down to. But the boy got some ability. You see it. You know, some games, you know, you can see him drop 30-some points easily. But the problem with him is he just don't have that will. And maybe playing in Minnesota took that will out of him. You know, when you know you playing for nothing, what you playing for? You ain't going to the championship. He probably a dude that won all his life. From Pee Wee Pal to high school to college for the most part. And he get to Minnesota. So maybe you put him in the championship, you know, situation. And, you know, overall, he probably can be that Harrison Barnes. Now, can he shoot 40% from open spot up threes like Harrison Barnes? If he can, you know, the Warriors could be right back there again. He reminds you of Harrison Barnes. He just got more physical talent than Harrison Barnes again. He can finish at the rim. He can dunk. You know, he can average 30-something points if he just had that drive. You know what I'm saying? And he could be right there with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. You know what I'm saying? You know, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, some of the best two-way players of all time. But that's what separated Kobe and Mike from LeBron. They just had that, like, they just wanted to win by any means. They had that dog in them, that killer in them. And LeBron didn't, and, you know, Andrew Wiggins don't. If you imagine LeBron with killer, shit. LeBron with killer instinct, shit, he probably be 10-0 in finals. Maybe not the San Antonio, but you can't have a perfect player. And if I can give, you know, Andrew Wiggins one attribute, it wouldn't be a jumper. It wouldn't be a dunk. It wouldn't be to be a better dunker. It wouldn't be better to be a better teammate. I just put some heart into him. And I know he got a heart in Oregon. I just put some of that dog heart into him. And, you know, if he ever had dog in him, man, he could be one of the better players in the league. And you got to question, how hard do we work? When you playing in a situation where you doing a running man, you running in place, are you really working hard? Just like if you had a dead-end job. You know, are you really giving your effort if you ain't got a real raise in 5 years? No, you probably looking for another job on Indeed, like, you know, normal people would. But I think Draymond is right. I think more likely overall as a player, he'll be their next Harrison Barnes. But I think if he could really have some, if Minnesota was really taking the wheel and the one out of him, and him in the championship contender can bring all his potential out, they can have a real third all-star in him. And I think he'd be better than Harrison Barnes. But defensively, he definitely could be Kevin Durant for them, man, and be a great help defender, on-ball defender. He can be better than him on defense, to be honest, you know. But it's all up to Wiggins, you know. I still believe in him. I don't think he a bum. You know, a bum don't average. What, he averaged 19 points in 12 games with the Warriors. Just that. The heart, man. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media there. Twitter's the quickest way, than Facebook, Instagram. We also got a Facebook group. Check that out. Check out our NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. Check out our NBA 1 playlist for more live stream videos. We've done a couple. We're going to do some draft. We're going to do a mock draft. Can't wait for that. Don't forget to check out my other channel too for more Detroit sports talk and news. Mercy Sports Talk right here on YouTube. If you want to make a donation, share the video, hit the subscribe button, bell icon button if you haven't. Cash App is CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Appreciate the love, support. We go.